They say it's a big rich town. Hey, I just come from the poorest part. We not claiming that. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it. Yeah. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review Ghosts, Power Book 2, Ghost, Season 4, Episode 10. This is the finale. It is titled Ghost in the Machine. This is the final episode. This is the end of this series, but as we know how the Power franchise just keeps going and going. And before I get into this review, I have to give a shout out to my lovely subscribers and tell y'all thank you for always liking my videos, leaving comments, hitting that like button, hitting that share button, hitting that subscribe button, and keeping this channel going and growing. So I thank you. So shout outs to folks like Tayon's World, Lamont Simpson, No Limit P504, shout outs to him, Kryptonian Black, the RC Kroger, Geechee Girl, Barbie J, and all the rest of you wonderful people. You know who you are. Thank you so much. Continue to show that support and that love to me. I do appreciate it. Now, with that being said, let's get right down to this episode. And boy, was it a good one. Now, I was in denial, y'all, because I did not want Monet to die. And I was hoping, but the way she went out last week in the episode 9, she went out like a G. But I didn't want her to be dead. But she's dead. So now, after this death, Noma's missing. And now we got Tariq stuck trying to figure out what he going to do with Carter. And, you know, he got Carter in this location, tied up to a chair, and this crooked, I can't stand Carter. He's like so cocky. He's like, what you going to do? You can't do nothing to me. Because remember, Carter has the footage of Tariq and Brayden killing Zion, which was a great scene with Zion throwing them through walls and all that stuff. That was sick. That was crazy. That scene was dope. But Carter has that footage. But what Carter doesn't know, he's like, it's a matter of time. He said, listen, you got me held here. My people going to come looking for me. Either way, you screwed. You got me held here. You let me go. I released. You kill me. That tape gets released. You're screwed either way. You hold me here, they're going to come looking for me and get you. You kill me, the tape going to get released. You're screwed either way. But what he does not know is that Brayden and Effie took his keys and they're going to his house to see if they can retrieve the file. And when they get there, you know, it's like, what's going on here? They got the file, but they realized they can't delete the file from his laptop at home because the file exists, the original file exists in the office. So they got to get to the office to get it done. But they do find some other evidence. And that evidence is that Carter's been looking at Kamal Tate's case a lot. Why? And they put 2 and 2 together that he's the one who killed Kamal Tate, and they just have to link him to it. So they get Davis to come through, and Davis actually links the weapon, the service weapon, to the gun, that Carter's service weapon, as the gun that killed Detective Tate. And so now this gives them an advantage. So that little showdown between Carter and Tariq in the room, in the undisclosed location where he's tied up at, and he's like, oh, he started talking about his wife. Oh, do your wife know you a cop killer? That was a good scene right there. I thought that was a good scene because I can't stand Carter. So he tells Carter, look, this is what's going to happen. We're going to sit on what we know about each other, and we're going to go our separate ways, and you're going to leave me alone. I'm going to leave you alone, and that's that. But, you know, I'm going to pretty much own you because you try to mess with me, I got something on you, and we're going to leave it alone like that. But then what they also did is they had Drew go down to the office, to Carter's office, and when he gets there, he says he's got to go speak to Carter, and then he speaks to Nico as well. But then he goes to the Carter's office, and he manages to get into the file and delete and erase the file. So that's a good advantage for Tariq. That's good. So now we have this whole thing with Noma. Noma's brother is like, listen, we got to get out of town. This is too much. This is too much. We done risked too much. This ain't what I signed up for. You putting too much attention on us. You done killed this Tejada lady. Her kids are crazy. They coming back. We need to get out of town. So Noma's like, okay, well, we're going to go to Nigeria. And she runs that by her daughter, Anya, who's sick and tired of her. And Anya's like, and I'm telling you, I'm not going. And she's like hell you ain't going. And then it slips how she has to tell her the truth that this is her business. It was, this is her drug business. And then she also mentioned, she says, and my father, she said, oh, your father got in the way, so he had to go. And that pissed Anya off. Anya was like, I ain't going nowhere with you. So that Noma had to, put her foot down. It's like, if I got to drag you out of here, you going. So she's like, but you stay put right now, but we getting out of here. I got to get some papers done and all that. While that happens, you got Kane, Drew, and Diana, who's now Little Monet, busting through there, killing off all these men, and they kidnap Anya. And see, Noma's brother's like, see, this is out of control. This is ridiculous. So they kidnap Anya. They take her. And she's not saying anything. She's not going to tell anything. But what they do, which I thought was clever, they have Tariq come. And Tariq is like, listen, I can get her to talk. So they do this whole thing where they stage it where it looks like Tariq is going to her to rescue her, get her away from the Tejadas. And that's a way to get her to show him where the hideout is. And they have a whole conversation. He's like, listen, he's having this sweet talking her basically. And she's like, you in on this? He said, listen, I work for your mother, but I had to get you away from the Kane and all of them, get you out of there. So she's thinking stuff is sweet. So she lays her guard down and she tells Tariq where the hideout is, where her mother's going to be at. And Tariq drives her there. I didn't see this coming, y'all. Which I didn't like Anya's character anyway, but still, I didn't see this coming. Anya goes up them stairs to greet her mother. Pop, 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 pop. She gets shot up and killed right in front of Noma. And who killed her? Dirty Diana. Diana done turned into Monet 2.0. She got this cold look in her eye. Kane is pissed off like, yo, what are you doing? This wasn't a part of the plan. What are you doing? That was our chance to get Noma. Now, what are you doing? Diana was like, now she knows how it feels. See, something that's, once you kill Monet, the switch went off. Between that and losing her baby, a switch has gone off on Diana. Diana is not the same as she was when this show began. Diana is, if they do a spinoff, I think Diana is the new Monet. Because you see her just, like it's just this thing in her. So now they're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to get Noma? So they come up with this thing, we'll put this thing out like we're going to be at this. They do this thing that lure her to the private jet. And so her brother's like, why would you fall for that? They set that up to make it look like they're using the jet. This is a setup so that they know you can try to come and get revenge on them, but they're going to ambush you. And he tells her, sis, I'm not going. And our men ain't going either. This is a big mess and it's only going to get worse. You're going to get yourself killed. And I felt her brother. Her brother's like, look at this. They took this family took out. We have more men than this. This is all that's left. Nah, we not doing this. So I did like that scene too. But Noma does go down there and meet them there. But she comes with the police. And I was like, that's crazy. She comes down with the police. And they make Drew and Diana surrender. And then Kane is like, listen, y'all just surrender. Y'all take y'all guns, y'all surrender, and y'all do what y'all gotta do. So while they are surrendering, he goes around the police or whatever, faces Anya face to face. Faces Noma face to face, and shoots her in the head, kills her. She's like, you could have had everything. He said, nah, you killed my mother. You gotta go home. Kills her. And then he gets into a shootout. So I'm like, oh, Kane is going to die. He gets into a shootout with the cops, but he ends up surviving. So now we didn't have a lot of deaths that I thought we were going to have. So now Noma's dead. We got Kane survived. He's hiding out. And then Effie takes her money that she was saving up for this program. She takes that money and gives to him so he can leave town safely. So he didn't die. He's leaving town. And Diana and Drew are having a conversation. And Drew is like, I'm done with this life. Diana's talking about she wants to start the business again. And Drew's like, nah, I'm done with this life. I can't do this no more. I'm going to Paris and do some art in Paris. You know, that's like, you got a lot of nerves. All this killing y'all did. Now you think you deserve a peaceful life, but that's what he said he wants to do. So that was interesting. But you see Diana turning cold, and you see her flashing back at the dinner at the table with Monet, and then she's standing at the head of the table. And I'm like, yeah, they showing us clues. The new Monet 2.0, right there. Interesting, right there. Very interesting. Now, how are we going to tie this whole thing up with Carter and Tariq? So remember, Drew went to the office and spoke to Carter. Now, Carter says, listen, he said, I know, that Monet had to, Carter has a discussion with Drew. Drew's like, I know Monet, that Noma killed Monet. Hand me Monet. I could take her out. Listen, I don't want to make things right. So Carter falls for this and it's like, okay, great. So this is what you're gonna do. You kill Tariq for me, and then I'll hand you Monet on a platter. But what they did was, this was a whole setup. When they go on this meeting, they get there, Tariq is there, and Carter's like, okay, and then here's Braden and look, and Drew's like, not so fast. He see that they kind of turned on him, and Tariq lets him know, we wiped the system clean of us killing Zion, but we still have that footage of you. We still have the evidence of you. We have the bullet, and we can tie you to the murder of Detective Tate. So they said, unless you pin all of this on your partner, Cole, unless you do that. And he's agreeing to do all this so he could stay in the clear. And when he says all that, what he doesn't know is Cole is right there. So apparently, Drew had a conversation with Cole and let him in on everything. So Cole is like, yo, I would have went to hell with you. Like, we were supposed to be brothers, and you going to turn on me like this? So Cole arrests him for the murder of Tate, and so that's how they taking him down. Now Kane was like, that's how he gets finished off. Like, what's that about? And I kind of agree with that. Then I thought about it. No, it's probably worse for him to go to prison, especially a crooked cop in prison. They're going to do him well. A disgraced cop at that. So that was interesting. We also see in this episode, we see Tariq go to his family, tells Tasha and his sister they're free, but he's like, I can't have a family and still be in the game, because I'm going to still be in the game, Ma. I'm going to still be, but I just came to tell you, you free, this and that, all that other good stuff. Now, a very interesting thing that I saw at the end of this, we see Davis, and I was like, Davis had me cracking up. When Davis wants to get his license back, so we see Davis talking to Blanca. I forgot all about Blanca and Jenny, and he's saying, listen, the Tejadas can testify that Monet was not the mastermind, but Noma was the mastermind if you make a deal with them. And he's like, and take your complaint off of me and give me my license back. Because, they suspended his license to practice law. And so they're like, and where's Kane? And he was like, Kane is not my client. I don't know. And then they asked about where was Tariq. He said, look, he has nothing to do with this either. So you see they're leaving things open because there's going to be like a spinoff or something. It's going to continue somewhere in the Power universe. And then we see Tariq go to Noma's brother and make a deal with him. He says, listen, the cops won't bother us because we got Nico in our pocket. Braden is doing this operation. Effie's going to do that. And you make this deal with me. Things will move so smoothly. You won't even see me. I'll be like a ghost. I was like, oh, that was clever. I like how y'all did that. And then as Tariq is leaving, you know, we get the pre-credits. The credits roll, the post-credits, I believe that's what that's called. The credits roll, and then they stop the credits, and we see Tariq on the phone, and he's like, yo, we always been family. Say less, I got you, or something like that. And you know what that is. I believe that's him talking to Tommy, and I think that there may be a spinoff with him and Tommy. There's definitely going to be more to this, and they said the Power Universe continues. And it does. So I thought that was a pretty solid finale, and I'm looking forward to now Raising Kanan, and of course, Force of the show that Tommy is in. And I hear that's ending as well. But I think once that ends, I think Tommy and Tariq are going to hook up or something. I can feel it. That had to be who he was on the phone with, because he said we like family. So I'm like, yeah. So that was that. I know some people wanted the original Ghost St. Patrick to be alive. I don't think they're bringing him back. I don't think they're bringing him back. I did hear that they're going to do a spinoff, like another spinoff, like a prequel, a Ghost and Tommy prequel. They'll do that. But anyway, tell me your thoughts. What did you think about this finale? I thought it was good. I was surprised, though, that so many people lived. But that only tells me they lived because they're going to be on some spinoffs. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, normally in the Power Universe, heads roll and people just dropping dead left and right, but they didn't kill off a lot of people. I thought more people were going to die, but they didn't. But I enjoyed it. So that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.